Although it seems that the best movies of the year have come and gone, filmmakers don't stop surprising viewers with amazing motion pictures. Today we bring 6 such movies released in 2022 which you might have missed, but they are definitely worth your time. Watch the video completely till the end so that you would not miss any of them. So now, let's begin. Number 6. Barbarian. Part of the fun thing about the horror movie community is that if there's a movie that is best experienced knowing absolutely nothing going on, people who have already had the chance to see the movie will pass that note along. That is without question the case for Barbarian, the film that comes from former Whitest Kids You Know sketch comedian Zach Cregger and stars Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård and Justin Long. Without getting too deep into Barbarian's plot, we'll just say that it's impeccably shot and paced and takes some clear influence from movies like Psycho, Evil Dead 2 and even the work of David Fincher, and that comes from Cregger himself. If you like horror, this is a must-see. With 7.1 rating on IMDb, 92% score on Rotten Tomatoes, Barbarian is available to stream on Disney Plus Hotstar. Number 5. The Woman King. This is a historical epic tale directed by Gina Prince Bythewood. Gina, known for directing some good movies like Love and Basketball, Beyond the Lights, and The Old Guard. The basic framework of the story is inspired by true events, but it is heavily fictionalized and dramatized. The Agoji was an all-female warrior group that did exist, and they did protect the kingdom of Dahomey, modern-day Benin in West Africa. That part is real, and apparently at one point, the army had 6,000 members. The Dahomey society did have an incredibly progressive view of women, and the idea of the woman king did exist back then. So all that checks out incredible. The Woman King has released in theaters on September 16th of this year and received generally positive reviews from the audience, and the movie is coming on Amazon Prime Video on November 22. Number 4. Pearl. Ty West and Mia Goth have a second elite horror movie in 2022 with Pearl, an origin story prequel to X. The film follows Goth as the titular character, set against the backdrop of the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. Where X is more of a slasher, Pearl is a horror-driven character study that builds and builds as it goes. West has described it as a demented Disney movie, and that feels just about right. You will need to lock in to appreciate the intricacies of this character-driven story. But the last 20 to 30 minutes or so, and Goth's masterful performance within it, make it so worth it. With these 2 X films and a third, titled Maxine, coming soon, West and Goth have created the best original horror franchise of the last decade. Pearl got 7.1 rating on IMDb and 90% score on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's available to stream on Prime Video on selected locations. Number 3. Do Revenge. The dark comedy centers on Drea and Eleanor, who meet at a summer tennis camp and team up to seek revenge on their respective tormentors. It's their senior year at Rosehill Country Day School, and their plans to take down their enemies are elaborate and eyebrow-raising. Drea and Eleanor's friendship grows throughout the course of the film as they let their guards down and open up about their vulnerabilities. While we might have expected their friendship to crack, given the fact that it was built on seeking revenge, we never could have guessed what happened next. If you like movies with a million twists and an absolutely banging soundtrack, Do Revenge is just for you. With 6.3 rating on IMDb and 84% score on Rotten Tomatoes, Do Revenge is available to stream on Netflix. Number 2. Hustle. Hustle is both one of the best sports movies and one of the best Adam Sandler movies you will ever see. That's right, it's joining prestigious lists that include Field of Dreams and Moneyball and Uncut Gems and Billy Madison. The movie tells the story of an NBA scout who believes he has found the next international superstar, played by real-life NBA player Juancho Hernan Gomez. Adam Sandler plays the role of a professional basketball scout, Stanley. His main objective is to make Bo Cruz an international basketball star, preparing him for the NBA. It's been a long time since I have been tied to films with Adam Sandler since the first few minutes. The Hustle exceeded expectations. Countless NBA figures make cameos, and the movie is compelling and a fun watch. With 7.3 rating on IMDb and 93% score on Rotten Tomatoes, Hustle is available to watch on Netflix. Number 1. All Quiet on the Western Front. Nearly 100 years after Louis Milestone adapted Erich Maria Remarque's groundbreaking novel, German filmmaker Edward Berger has brought All Quiet on the Western Front to life with a fresh perspective and the first German adaptation of a story deeply ingrained into the very DNA of the country. Set in the midst of World War I, the film's focus narrows on Paul Bäumer and his small group of friends that get lured into war by the promise of heroism and patriotism. But there are no heroes in this war, a fact that Berger makes evident throughout the film. All Quiet on the Western Front is a welcome departure from a long line of profound World War I films such as Sam Mendes' 1917 or more recently Operational Mincemeat, because there is no one to root for and there is no positive outcome on the horizon. It's an interesting choice, but one that delivers a more honest and devastating story. The movie got 7.9 rating on IMDb and 92% score on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's available to watch on Netflix. That's all for today, guys. If you think any of the movie is missing, mention them in the comments. Until then, goodbye. We'll meet in the next video.